Could just give us kind of a definition because I know it is
Hmm.
a pivotal part of the chapter, and so I'm going to ask, what is epistemology?
Yeah, epistemology is a branch of philosophy and it is the theory of knowledge. So it's what is knowledge? How do we come by it? How do we make more? Can we make more? All meta ideas about how knowledge works, what qualifies as knowledge, and how we should or shouldn't pursue it.
Okay, yeah, thank you because I had heard that word multiple times before, but I had a wrong definition of what it was. I thought that it was just kind of the attainment or desire for knowledge, which I guess
Hmm.
it is an aspect of that, but it's more the route or the method of how you do that.
Right.
Um, okay. So what exactly what's going on in this chapter?
So this chapter is in here for a lot of the reason why it is in here is because epistemology was sort of my real entry into the world of religion and um, awakening, you might say, of starting to look at different theories of knowledge and wonder what's going on in the world, what do people actually know, how do they know it, um, what are they pursuing, why are they pursuing that in the realm of knowledge. And my first book was foundationally based on an epistemological exploration. So, a big reason why this is in here is because this is an important consideration to me, and it sort of raises, based on my previous work, it raises some questions like, okay, well, how am I justifying what I'm doing now? And so there's really two parts to the chapter. The first part is addressing that because um, my entry into epistemology and to some degrees still most of my belief is through a skeptical epistemology, a very radically um, corrosive, you might say, epistemology that questions literally everything to the greatest degree possible. And so then say, well, then how do you come out with a book after that? If you're really sort of holding to that. So the first part is addressing skepticism in the realm of epistemology, of questioning knowledge, and how that works, where the appropriate line is. And that's why the first part of the chapter title is about what I mean by the word certainty. When I say this is certain, these things are now certain. I believe this is a certainty. This is something I believe. This is something I think we know. Anything sort of like an absolute statement like that can, I want to have a sort of a formal address of what do I mean by that, given the fact that I have already said I'm an extreme skeptic on claims like that. So that's part one of the chapter. And then the second part of the chapter is talking about a common criticism of religious faith by atheists, in particular, this one by Peter Boghossian, who criticizes the epistemological approach of faith, where you look at faith as just pretending to know things that you don't really know, and how that plays out in the world and whether that's good or bad. So, part one is skepticism in general, what its place is in my view, and how it has played into my life and where it's going. And then part two is sort of back to the addressing lingering concerns, like, well, maybe new age atheism, secularism has its problems, but then isn't religion just this thing that makes people dumb?